Hi everyone, I hope this video finds you well. My name is Sarah Malvia and I'm the founder of We Belong Education. I'm creating this video because I wanted to share my knowledge with the fellow educators who are working in this beautiful area of education and care. Through my consultancy, I've been fortunate enough to visit several services and assist them the best I can. And I've observed some beautiful practices. And today, this video, I'm going to focus on two life skills, self-regulation and sense of belonging. And I'm going to use a scenario to see how we can incorporate these two life skills at outside school eye care or OOSH for my New South Wales friends. Let's start with self-regulation. As you can see, self-regulation is a difficult thing, not just for children, but also for you and I. For example, if we say that we are going to go on a diet, the diet always starts tomorrow. That means we might decide on a particular diet, but when we see a stimulus, that is when we see a Mars bar or a Snicker bar, because of that stimulus, we take a different action. That is no diet, sometimes. Similarly, sense of belonging is very important as well. And sense of belonging, that is, if I feel that I belong to somewhere, I look after that place. Also, if I have a good relationship with a friend of mine, if he or she wants to move a couch or help move some other sort of furniture, I will make time so that I can help my friend, because I feel that we belong to each other and there is a sense of belonging between my friend and I. So these two skills, a sense of belonging and self-regulation, are two key skills when we work with children. So let's have a look at how we can incorporate these two practices at our service. So I'll share this particular scenario, which I've heard from Facebook forums, and I've also seen similar scenarios in services I've been. And the scenario is that the children do not help packing up, or perhaps they don't use the resources respectfully. Now, the immediate response of staff members when this doesn't happen, that is, the packing up doesn't happen, or they don't respect the resources respectfully, the immediate response is that it is some sort of misbehavior. Say, I'm inviting you to consider that it's not necessarily a misbehavior, but consider that their behavior, that is this particular behavior of not packing up, is guided by a perspective. And that perspective is, I don't belong here. Okay? See, if they felt that they belong there, chances are that they would contribute to that place. Like if you and I go to our friend's house and we have dinner, we offer to clean the dishes. Okay? So that's like how if we belong to somewhere, we contribute to that place. Okay? So there are many ways you can create sense of belonging at a service. So I'm going to give you just one of them, okay? Just because I want to keep this video short. Let's say you can have a sense of belonging through their voices, by hearing them. And how we can hear them is by creating agreements with them, not rules, agreements. Or you can say contract or promises, whatever works for you, right? So many services do this talking circle or your yarning circle or community time. You can choose one or whatever you want to call it, or have like small groups of many. And what you're trying to do is you're trying to ask them, how do you think our service should look like? Or how do you think you can best help us in packing up? Or what is in the way of packing up as to what's going on that I don't get the help, right? So you will hear them. You will hear things like, oh, my parents pay you to pack up, or we don't like to pack up, or something like that. And you can have a conversation with them, negotiation perhaps, in actually making them realize that packing up is not just your job, but also their responsibility. Okay? Now, this may not take just one session. This may take a few sessions, right? And you can do this through love and belonging. Again, that's a different topic altogether. But if children decide, or children come up with the idea of how this could be done, all right? So if children come up with the idea of how this could be done, then chances are that they're going to follow it. And you're going to call it the agreements or the contract or the promises. Now, the next day, the following day, of course, they're not going to pack up because it's not in the culture. Although they said it, they may not pack up. Now, you can use the pack up example as something else. Let's say not using the resources effectively or respectfully, or not, or going on the monkey bar when they should not go, whatever you choose. But whatever they say, they may not do it the following day. Just like you and I, remember, when we go on a diet, we don't straight away go on a diet. We need some, like 20 goes at going to a diet or something like that, or going to the gym. There are lots of membership we buy, but every year we lapse that membership or something like that. Think about it, okay? So although children may say we will do it, chances are they're not going to do it. So what we are going to do now is we're going to have a conversation with them. Now we can have a conversation with the whole group, small groups, whole group, big group, or one-on-one. But the intention of that conversation is not about behavior management. See, the intention of that conversation is about, you said you would do something, you didn't do it. How can I empower you so that you can do that? All right? Not like, what did I tell you to do and why are you not doing it? I guess those are two different things. So it's very important that they understand the difference between rules and agreement. Rule, as I said earlier, it's about I tell you to do something, that's a rule. Agreement is you and I decide together. So when there's an agreement broken or a promise broken, the language of communication, the language changes, because you don't come from that you broke a rule or broke an agreement, but you come from, hey, you're struggling with self-management. How can I help you? You can even share your story about, you know what, I also see a lot of things that I would do, but I don't end up doing them. Okay? And I would love someone to assist me with that. Similarly, you said yesterday that you will pack up at 5, quarter past 5 or 5:30, or this is what, or this music helps us pack up, or that music helps us pack up, whatever that may be. All right? But you didn't do it. So how can I help you in satisfying your needs so that you can stay true to your word? Does that make sense? So at 6 p.m., you as a staff member will have a better mental well-being, because I really care about you guys. So I really don't want you to think that kids are not listening to you, or they're misbehaving, or they're disrespecting you. Rather, think about the fact that they are struggling with self-regulation, just like you and I struggle with self-regulation. So the focus of the staff meetings or the staff training should be, how can we empower children to stay true to their words? What sort of training, what sort of conversation we should have our staff members, we should have with our children, so that they understand that they said something and they're not doing it. No two services are the same, no two children are the same. Therefore, whatever I'm saying right now will need to be manipulated in some way or the other to fit best with your services needs. Okay? But overall, what we are looking for is sense of belonging and self-regulation. Sense of belonging happens through collaboration. We all come together, we choose what to do. They feel that they belong to that place because people listen to them. All right? Self-regulation is what is facilitated by staff members when they break an agreement. So breaking an agreement becomes an opportunity to create self-awareness and self-regulation. Does that make sense? So when they break an agreement, that's amazing, because now you know you can have a conversation with them. Now, what to say in that conversation is a different conversation altogether. Are there other ways to create sense of belonging? Absolutely, there are many other ways to create sense of belonging. Okay, but these two issues are important keys to actually help you out with having a better mental well-being for your staff members at 6 p.m. and that you do not stay in that conversation of, oh, people don't listen to me. Happy with that? Okay. Now, when you do that, you're also helping your children be a better communicator. Again, My Time, My Place does suggest that we should allow children to be better communicators. And then through those negotiation in the circle time or yarning time or community time, you're allowing them to negotiate, communicate, create. All of those are amazing words to work on. And then when you do the self-regulation, you can assist them in contributing to their world. Okay, again, one of the outcomes of My Time, My Place. So I hope that this video made sense. Of course, you would have some questions, perhaps a reaction to this video, and I would love to know that. You can contact us through webelongeducation.com. There's a contact us tab on my website. You can click on that, and I would love to hear your story. You can also like my Facebook page, which is We Belong Education, and you can send me messages on Messenger, and I would love to assist you through that. Also, you can comment on this video, perhaps, and let me know your story. But there are several life skills which we can work on. I believe that OSH, or OOSH as we say it, is an avenue for learning to happen. If you and I use these opportunities of broken agreements into self-regulation, the way people perceive us will shift as well. Instead of containing children at a place where they play and go home, we can actually make this place a learning place, a place where a lot of learning happens. And number one of them is self-regulation tied with self-awareness. A difficult skill to master, but we can do it with helping each other out. Any shift in the culture would take more than 2 to 3 months, and that's okay, because once they do it, then the ripple effect will start. So if you have a culture where people help each other out, when the new preps come in, they will help them out as well, because the preps will see it and will understand that the environment is set in this way, and they will be contributing to the environment too. I really hope this video helps you. But if there's any question, feel free to get in touch with me. I look forward to your reaction, to your responses, and perhaps any comments, any feedback. I would love to know your stories. And if you need any assistance, by all means, get in touch with us. Thank you very much. Have a lovely day ahead. Like our page, We Belong Education, and I hope that you have an amazing day ahead. Goodbye.